Good afternoon, Overlanders. This is Rick. This is Left Coast Overland. I am on my way out of the city. It's been a busy week. Been flying helicopters and doing all sorts of fun stuff. Made it out to Death Valley for the first time ever. We flew out in a Bell 205 instead. Showed up in the morning, we were out by lunch. It's good. Anyways, figured I'd tie you guys in. I know that you've been anxiously awaiting. This is the first time in 4 months that the camper and the truck have been back together. I took them apart and parked them at my new house. I purchased a house with my wife, and then I got real busy. I was working up in the Bay Area, flying helicopters up there. I made a video about. Now I'm back in Los Angeles. So I put the truck and the camper back together, and it's Friday, so we're gonna go spend the weekend up at my family's property in Malibu that burned down last year during the woolseyfire in November. So it's been just under 1 year since we lost the house, but the property is still in the family, so I figured might as well take the opportunity with a weekend off where I can park the truck and relax a little bit. Enjoy my 1 year wedding anniversary with my wife. So why don't you guys come along, check out Malibu, show you what it's about. So I stopped at my local Trader Joe's to get some supplies for the weekend. Beers, some salad, a couple other goodies. I pre-chilled the cooler, or I should say the fridge, before I left work. So hopefully it stayed nice and cool. Feels like it did. Okay, fridge is packed. Flowers for the wife. Shh, don't tell. Let's hit the road. So a lot of the folks that have been watching my videos on YouTube, thank you very much for watching and commenting, have been asking a lot of questions like about bathrooms and, I should say, porta potties, sinks and refrigerator stuff, just questions about the unit. So when I get to where I'm going, I'll cover a few things. I'm thinking, maybe the longevity of the propane bottle when being used regularly, stuff like that. So stay tuned, and yeah, there's gonna be some good information in here, hopefully. This is the canyon that folks' place is on that burned out pretty bad in 2018 in the woolseyfire. So it's amazing. The day I was leaving to go get this thing set up was the day that this fire started. And if you go back to one of my first original videos, woolseyfire 2018, I think I titled it, it shows me leaving and then some of the aftermath. But I haven't really come back very often. This is the second time I've been home to Malibu since the fire. So I've seen the property once, and then it since has been cleaned up by LA County. We'll see what it looks like when we get there. A little bit different, but it bounces back. And it's amazing that at the same time I was losing a home, I got a home. It's weird. It's very quiet up here too. I didn't see a single other vehicle coming in or out. Usually there's motorcyclists and bicyclists and car enthusiasts and the rest of the local residents. Not a single person. Very quiet. Kind of like it used to be. It got really busy there for a long time. And this is where the pavement ends. Fruit trees are still putting out fruit. Persimmons. There's probably a whole bunch of citrus. No house though. It's kind of sad. Hole in the ground where the house used to be. Most of the trees are doing okay. Sycamore's still alive. The pepper trees are coming back. The palms and the birds of paradise down there. Not a bad reason to have an off-grid camper, right? Take your home home. It's a couple hours drive from where I work, so it works well for a weekend kind of getaway. And it's about almost the same time commitment for my wife to drive down from our home up north on the Central Coast. So it's like win-win. No power, no running water. That's okay. Eventually the house will be rebuilt. There is a few outbuildings that made it. There's a water tank behind me and a pump room. So between the two of those, we should be able to sort out water in the near future. And then what else do you need? Power, water, a barbecue. And this is a little off-grid hideaway paradise. So looking forward to the day that happens. It'll be fun. It's pretty much like being at home. Home with a different angle of the same view. So in about 2 hours, that sun's gonna set right over there and it's gonna be awesome. So I'm gonna get set up, throw down some stakes. When I say stakes, I mean the outriggers, the jacks. I keep 2 on and I take 2 off. And when I have the 2 on, it just helps to level everything. And once you're parked in the place you wanna be, it makes it more comfortable to sleep at night because it stops all the rocking whenever you kind of toss and turn or anything. So that's my tactic and I like it. So like I was describing, I put the 2 jacks down just enough to kind of take that load off of the springs for the rear suspension. So that one's already starting. So I'll lower this one now. This is a great system. I absolutely love it. Whoops. So you can independently do it, and then once that one kicks in about the same, then you lift them all. And now, steady as a rock. So that sound right there is the propane refrigerator cooling. I didn't pre-cool, which I know I should have, but I was just lazy about it and I didn't plug the shore power in and turn the fridge on last night when I had the chance. But I started pre-cooling it earlier today and it's been running off propane. And that brings me to the next question. How long does one propane tank last? One 5-gallon tank? I've gone as long as 3 weeks with the fridge running nonstop. Not opening it super often so it doesn't lose its cool, but once in a while. Also using the 2-burner stove and the water heater and the heater. So this was during the wintertime, so that would be like the most demand on the propane system. And it lasted me like 3 solid weeks, going on 4 without needing to be replaced. And I think that that's terrific. That's awesome. So in here is the one propane tank on this unit. I just get the easy, like, you know, replace, drop off an empty one, and 20 bucks later you got a full one. No waiting, you just swap it out. Basically any major grocery outlet or you know, some gas stations even have them. Makes it super easy. So yes, you can expect close to 1 month on one tank of propane, running the fridge continuously, and also using the 2-burner propane stove and the heater and the water heater. So pretty awesome. With 2 of those, you know, you could keep one in the back seat of the truck, put it in a milk crate or something to keep it from rolling around, you know, and you got yourself 2 months of refrigeration, no shore power required. And then the house battery and the truck battery operate the jacks, the interior lights, the fan, the turbo fan that's in there, you know, for several days. I wouldn't run the fan continuously for several days. I have run it for like 8 hours overnight before off of just the house battery and truck battery, and was able to fire up and drive away the next day, no problem. This week it was not hooked up to shore power from Sunday night till Friday afternoon, and I ran the fan basically every evening just to cool it off, and had the radio going, lights going, no problems. So the house battery combined with the truck battery lasts easily a week if you're using your power wisely and not just, you know, leaving stuff on. You turn it off as you don't need it, stuff like that. Charging cell phone, you know, every evening. So pretty awesome for like off-grid travel. You know, if you're going from place to place, you spend a week here and then you spend a week there, and then you can easily resupply in between those weeks as you're driving to and from. But then you could foreseeably bring a week's worth of food and water. There's a 15-gallon freshwater tank which I filled up, so you can have showers and do all your dishes and use your water to prep. Obviously there's no black water, no gray water, so you don't have to worry about that. Do your business out in the field. That's the way God intended it. That's the way I prefer it, because I don't like to mess with black water. I think it's gross, it's foul. If any of you have ever dumped a black water tank, invariably, even if you're really careful, you always get a little bit on you, and even though it's your own, it's still pretty nasty. So I just prefer not to have it. The 650 does not come equipped with a black water or gray water system, only a freshwater system, and that's exactly how I like it. It's a very low profile camping setup. So it's got the fridge that runs off of AC, DC, or propane, which is great. It's got the 2-burner stove, it's got a sink, and then it's got this outdoor shower and the heat exchanger, so you can have a hot shower. It's great. Runs off propane. You fire it up about 20 minutes before you're ready to shower, and off you go. So I'm gonna continue to get set up. It's kind of hard to do it with just one hand, but yeah, I'll come back here in a little bit. No, that's it. Here comes sunset. It's pretty phenomenal. Not a bad place to set up for the weekend. It's like going camping, but not, because you don't have to pay for campground fees or really look at other people next to you. So I'd say it's a pretty solid destination, and it's home, so that's kind of a nice part about it. I really like coming up here, and I'm glad that you could come up here with me. It's nice to share this with folks that appreciate it. So thank you very much for spending your time with me today. And look, if you guys have any more questions, comments, let me know in the comment section below. and that way I can get you guys answers. I've been living out of that, for 8 months solid, and now 2 week stints for about a year. There was 3 months this summer that I wasn't living out of that, but the rest of November 2018 to now it's October 2019, that has been my home, and I've become quite fond of it because it allows me the opportunity to just kind of take everything that I need and nothing I don't, and go to the places that I adore. So thanks again for watching. Until next time, I'm Rick with Left Coast Overland, and welcome to my house. Thanks for watching, guys.